Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. It's Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, 9 a.m. I'm going to call the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners meeting to order. First, we have roll call to establish a quorum. Commissioner Miller,
Present.
Commissioner Chuck, present. We do have a quorum. Looks like we have recognition and proclamation on the agenda. Commissioner Miller, would you like to read that?
Sure. Yes, be happy to do so. Thank you. In the matter of proclaiming July 19 through 25-26 as probation, parole, and community supervision week in Lincoln County. Whereas juvenile and adult community supervision is an essential part of the criminal justice and public safety system. Whereas Lincoln County Community Justice professionals uphold the law with dignity and affirm the right of the public to be safe, guarded from criminal activity. And whereas Lincoln County Community Justice protect public safety with care and concern, they are trained professionals who arrange or provide services and referrals for prevention, intervention, and behavior change services to justice involved individuals and work in partnership with community agencies and groups which are effective in reducing criminal behavior and recidivism. And whereas LCCJ staff support victims and advocate for the restoration of communities harmed by crime and delinquent behavior. Now, therefore, the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners proclaim July 19 through July 25, 2026 as Probation, Parole, and Community Supervision Week in Lincoln County, Oregon, in honor, recognition, and respect for the dedication and contribution of the county's community justice officers and staff.
Thank you, Commissioner Miller. I think we have Ian Williams from the office to present. Ian, welcome and good morning, and thank you for all you do for our community.
Morning.
Yes, thank you, commissioners, for giving us this time today to acknowledge the work that we do over here at Community Justice. I'm stepping in, of course, for Director Campa, who's out tending his knee. Just kind of give you some statistics on where we're sitting right now as far as numbers and how many staff we have, just to kind of give you an idea. Our population that we're supervising today is approximately 400, and that's split between 5 POs, and we have one on board to start on Monday, the 29th, so that'll bring us up to 6. In addition to that, we have 2 techs that are employed with Community Justice, one being Ryan Knowles, who I'm going to turn it over to here shortly, and he is overseeing our Tides housing. So that would be the 4 housing units that we have, and he can kind of dive into that. And I also have P.O. Kircham here, who was a specialty court and our downward departure PO, to make a brief statement as well. So I'll turn it over to Mr. Knowles.
Hi, as aforementioned, I am Ryan Knowles. I'm a senior parole and probation technician and Tides housing manager for Lincoln County Community Justice. I've been in the role for 7 months now, and in the last 3 months, since March 1st, we have had 19 people, residents of Tides, move on to appropriate housing. We have had 25 find full-time employment. 6 of them have regained or maintained a driver's license. And I currently have 32 residents at all 4 facilities, and 19 are currently employed.
That's very, very good. We try to, of course, assist people through the transition from being on supervision to being productive citizens of the community. So it's a very valid, useful tool that we have. To Mr. Kirchhoff, if you have anything to say?
No.
No, you don't. Okay. But again, thank you for your time today. We do have a barbecue coming up on the 22nd, I believe.
Wednesday, July 22nd.
Wednesday, July 22nd, in our west parking lot. So mark your calendars and bring your appetite.
Thank you, Commissioner Miller. Do you have any questions or comments for the crew over there?
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, thanks everybody for presenting today. Just on the barbecue, it's the general public welcome to the barbecue. Everybody can come and join in.
General public is welcome. Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. Yeah, I just, maybe you could tell us, what in your experience when you're talking to people who have no idea what, community justice does or what you do. How do you explain it to them? What your day-to-day lives are like, serving this community?
Boy, I would say the ordinary is unordinary. So every day is different. I kind of came into the role with a social service background, so I saw it as
Hmm,
a good kind of crossover between law enforcement and social services. So we want to work more in the social service field and the rehabilitation part, getting people back on track. But we also have to be able to hold them accountable. And
yeah,
to do that, we have the law enforcement piece of it, the court orders, the post-prison supervisions. There are certain conditions that people do have to follow, whether they want to or not. That's our responsibility to make sure that they are following those. But we also don't want to be a hammer all the time because they
yeah.
got to win sometimes. I mean, they need to be invested in what they're doing. And that's kind of our approach as a team is to give them the tools, of course, holding them accountable, but giving them tools to be successful.
Yeah, you seem to be almost like Swiss Army knives, I mean, such well-rounded capabilities to really move people to, the next successes in their lives. So just appreciate that.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, and very different the work that you do in some ways that say a deputy in the sheriff's office, for example, right? Like you guys have a wide scope, I would say. Um, is that ever a question that people have? Like, what are the same things that you might do that an enforcement deputy might do compared to all these other things that you do as well? Because you're not in uniform, and I mean, I think that is intentional too. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Um, I would say, I mean, the question does come up, and there's even, I don't want to say confusion with some law enforcement agencies, but they're not quite sure what our powers and roles are all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, because we do have some authority that they don't.
Hmm.
And so, they'll come to us asking questions to kind of, I don't want to say take care of problems, but hey, can you fix this kind
Yeah.
of thing? And we may or may not be able to help them. We want to be, as accommodating as we can, but we also got to take into account the person we're dealing with,
Hmm.
and we're all conscious of violating people's rights. We got to make sure that we're doing it for the right reason and that we're have the authorization to do that. So there is a little crossover sometimes that we have to have conversations with law enforcement or other agencies about what we can and can't do or should or shouldn't do.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I think just maybe one last question for me would just be, what are the top things you see as barriers or challenges for, your clients, if you will, getting them back to being fully integrated, and what are some of the commonalities?
Well, I would say first and foremost is housing. We're
Okay.
lucky that we have housing in Lincoln County. I know other counties do not. And
Yeah.
when people get released, they're living under a bridge or, somewhere.
Yeah.
But just common resources in general, like also employment. Sometimes people finding a job in Lincoln County can be difficult for the average person, but you put
Yeah.
barriers on top of that as far as they have felonies or the type of conviction that they have. It's going to be hard for them to find sustaining jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Well, appreciate your work. I don't think I have any more questions.
Right.
Glad we could make
Thank
this
you.
proclamation and recognize the work that you're doing. So thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you very much.
yeah, I've got a couple of questions. I think Director Camp has done a really great job with your office, and commended. You should be commended for that. Um, He's been keeping me updated and on the Youth Tides program. That's a pretty special program we got going here. And you did do some renovations to the facility over there. Can you give me a little background on that, how that's going, and what the purpose of that facility is?
I think that's probably best answered by me. I'm Angela Hoke. I'm one of the supervisors here with Community Justice. The Youth Tides shelter expansion is going well. The remodel is almost done. We had some last minute added some storage and some painting that we're doing. The exterior painting should happen soon. That of course we had to wait for good weather. So we should be finished up. I don't have an exact date, trying to work with all the contractors yet, but I believe that was starting, and I don't have the finished date, but I expect it within a month or so. And then I think you asked what we do over there. We provide housing for youth that sometimes just need a short-term respite care. Sometimes they're in the foster system and need placement. And sometimes they're, just on the street, homeless, have run away from home, whatever. We try to get them connected all the time, and if appropriate, back to their regular family household. And Jordan Gabilondo is the supervisor over there and does an amazing job with his staff over there. Um, Other than that, I don't know what else you want.
No, that's great. I appreciate the update, and it's good that we're taking care of some of these youths that um, get to them early and get them some help and see what's needed for them, and make sure that they get going on the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks. Anything else, Commissioner Miller?
No, thank you, everyone. Yeah, appreciate you coming and letting us know what's happening. So keep up the good work.
Okay. Well, thank you. Would you like to make a motion on the proclamation?
Indeed, I would move that we proclaim July 19th through 2026 as Probation, Parole, and Community Supervision Week in Lincoln County.
Thank you. I'll second that motion. Any further discussion?
No,
Seeing
thank you.
none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes unanimously, and we will move on to the adoption of the consent calendar.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Angela, and everyone else over there at Community Justice. Appreciate all you do for our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the adoption consent calendar. Is there anything on there that needs discussion, or can we approve it as presented?
Just to highlight, I think Commissioner Chuck just wanted our community to understand that we do have our EOP on consent today. That's our emergency operations plan. I reached out to emergency management. My understanding, nothing substantive here. We do want to get this approved by the fiscal year, so that's why we're seeing it. But I really think it's one of those types of things that is very important for us for emergency response, community health, and appreciate the work everybody's doing over in emergency management. So one of those documents that's quite large and has a lot of details. So just wanted to point it out. And
No.
other than that, Commissioner Chuck, no, I have no other changes, and I would move that we adopt the consent calendar as presented.
Okay, and I'll just also give a props out to emergency management. 177-page document. Took a little while to browse through it, but some of the updates on there are very pertinent. And kudos to Sam and to Susan over there. So I will second that motion. Is there any further discussion?
No, thank
All
you.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. We have no public hearings. We have decision action. Commissioner 2 position vacancy. Commissioner Miller, do you have anything?
Okay, so we're bringing this back. I would just say just to create clarity for the community. And then for you and I, Walter, my recap would be at our last meeting, we discussed the vacancy. We did not make a decision. That summary would be, I suggested that we appoint Commissioner-elect Curtis Landers. You had said that I had changed the process from how it began. That was unfair to the applicants, so we did not agree. And I think we need to continue to pursue appointing someone. And so here we are, to continue the discussion. So that's my recap, basic recap of where we're at. Do you feel like I've got it correct, or anything else you want to add?
Well, we need to finish the process we started and discuss the two applicants and the people we interviewed. I think Ms. Dawn would be a great person to fill the vacancy until the election in November. And
Okay.
I think she's qualified to do that. I think she'd be a good addition to the crew. So that's
Okay.
where I'm at.
Okay, so your position right now is to choose Dawn for the appointment. Commissioner Chuck, is this your only option at this point? I mean, would you consider Baker or any of the other applicants that put in applications?
We've discussed the people that have applied, and we've interviewed the two, and my choice would be Ms. Dawn. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think, I previously stated the reasons that, I oppose appointing Kristen Dawn at this time. For me, that is largely election neutrality. I think Marcy Baker could serve us as well. And that would be, of those two, my choice at this time. Now, other applicants, for example, I suggest that we maybe go back to the drawing board. If Marcy Baker is not somebody that you feel confident in, how do we, bring back, some of those individuals dropped out, for example. So we could re-propose others to find somebody we can both agree on. If not, Dawn and Baker.
Yeah. Well, I've stated my desire, and I think Kristen would be the best person for that position. If you want to look into what the election results were, she overwhelmingly won her position that she put in for, and yeah. So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. I understand. I think let's keep it on, I guess, and think about it until the next meeting, and I'll certainly, propose some framework that we can take a look at and see if we can't find consensus.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Appreciate the discussion. We'll move on next to agenda topics. Is there anything you'd wish to discuss as far as agenda topics, Commissioner Miller?
Nothing for me today, Commissioner Chuck.
Okay. I would like to propose that there was some talk about the TRT money and the economic development funds. I think July is a pretty busy month for us. I would like to maybe revisit this in August or September. No date set, but I think that if we're going to have that discussion, we should have it and make sure that we have the right people in the room. And if we wish to have a discussion on it, we can. If not, I'm fine with just leaving the way things are. Also, Commissioner Miller.
Oh, to be clear again, Commissioner Chuck, what again? TRT?
The Economic Development Fund money. We had some people request additional funds, the Wellport Chamber and things like that. So that was something that was brought up during the budget discussion, and so I didn't know if that was something you wish to pursue. I'm fine with just letting it go, but I just want to make sure that we didn't address that because we had some questions on it.
Yeah. No, thank you, Commissioner Chuck, for the clarification. Yeah, I am working on it, and this point, I just say I'm still doing some groundwork here, but
Okay.
we'll have some firm proposals going forward to kind of try and state my position and kind of summarize all of the requests I've gotten, try put it together, right? So I can at least, be articulate about, who's contacted me, what I do know, and then, working with our team to, get additional information. So I want to make sure if we, are discussing it that, I can bring everything before you as I'm seeing
Yeah.
it. So thanks for bringing that up.
No, I just want to make sure that if when we do have the discussion, I mean, let's do it in August or September. There's going to be some pretty big. We only have one meeting in July because we're having this one now, and so we'll have two in August or September. I'm just saying, let's bring it to the commission, bring it to discussion next month after.
I guess for me, I hear you. I'm not sure I can say that that's going to work for me at this point, but
Okay.
thanks for letting me know where you're at.
Yeah. So we'll just to be determined how we'll leave it there.
Okay.
Okay. And that was my suggestion. Other than that, well, we have no staff reports, no commission reports. Ken, do we have anybody that signed up for public comment?
No one who signed up by the deadline.
Thank you, Ken. We have no executive sessions. Other scheduled meetings. Our next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, July 15th, 2026 at 10 a.m. There'll be a virtual meeting. Thank you, everybody, for their attendance. Thank you, Commissioner Miller. You have to enjoy the rest of your day. And everybody, other attendees, thank you for attending, and you have a good day also. I'm adjourning the meeting at 9:22. Thank you.